All I dream of is your eyes. All I long for is your touch.
Ryan hated this class. The subject bored her to death, yet she never missed a single lecture, not because she cared about the curriculum. She came because of him, John Jungkook, her professor, sharp-jawed, sharp-tongued, and colder than the wind outside the campus in mid-December. His presence alone was enough to shut the entire class in silence the moment he stepped in, and while she was hopelessly drawn to him, she sat in the middle. Rosemary won't notice it too easily, or she thought her. Desk lay open book, page untouched. Her pen moved, not but not across the lecture note. Instead, her wrist danced over the margin of the sketchbook. The very man standing at the front of the room. The room was quiet. His lecture echoed faintly in the background, but her world shook her to paper and graphite, so she wouldn't notice when the room felt too silent and didn't hear. The four stepped until they were right beside her when a sudden slam made her heart nearly came out. You flinched and hid in the sketchbook, and when she looked up, there he was. Jungkook stood over her. Jungkook, what's so interesting? I don't recall telling anyone to write anything down. Everyone started gossiping about you. You stand up and look down. Fine, I'm sorry, Mr. John. I was just. Jungkook, I didn't ask for an explanation. Show me what you were doing. With trembling hand, you stood and handed over the sketchbook. Her eyes lowered in embarrassment. Jungkook took it without a word. He flipped it open, his face showing dozens of sketches from different angles, and that just as quickly. He slammed the sketchbook down and shouted, Jungkook, get out of the class. Why, pardon me? Jungkook, I said get out of the class. If you're not here to study, don't waste your class time. Wait outside. Meet me in my office after the lecture. Your cheeks burned as she gathered her things, not ignoring. The air in his office felt colder. He stood stiffly in front of his desk, eyes flickering to the sketchbook that now sat open in front of Jungkook. He didn't speak at first. Jungkook, explain it to me. Why, it's not you. Jungkook, do I look like a fool to you? You try to think of a good reason. Why, fine. Actually, sir, it's just that your facial structure is really good, like sharp and defined. I thought it would be good and cool as an anime character. Jungkook, and instead of paying attention, you were turning me into an anime. Why, it's my hobby, sketching and drawing characters. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I just didn't think. I'm really sorry. I will never do it again, ever. He leaned back in his chair, still watching her like she was trying to figure her out. He tore the sketch and said, Jungkook, take them from me on the graduation day. Now leave to class. Why, but sir, they are my hard work. Jungkook, I'm not eating them. Go away now. He said and focused on his book. He sighing and left in annoyance. The second she stepped out, her heart was still pounding, her palms slightly damp. She didn't even notice a friend leaning against the corridor wall until she gave a dramatic whistle. Sia, damn babe, you got cooked this time. Why, don't remind me, Sia. So how bad was it? Did he yell? Call your parents. Ban you from using ever pencil again? Why, I panicked. I had to make something up and told him I was trying to turn him into an anime character because of his facial structure or whatever. Sia, you actually said that. Fine, and he just stared at me and then told me to leave. See, I spare you. Wow, the universe still on your side, no? I still don't get it. Why him? As if all the guys on the campus already died or something. Why, since first year, it's always been him. See, even when he was just a guest lecturer. Why, even then, there's something about him that's cool, yeah, but steady and sharp. It's not just a crochet like. I see him and I'm not sure I could ever see anyone the same way. See, you're obsessed, Ryan. One day he'll find out you are the one who keep putting notes and snacks in his locker, and then what? Why, then it's over. By loving him is already a big enough deal. I stopped caring about the consequences long ago. He smiled at Sia's smug, an arm over his shoulder. Sia, come on, you are emotionally wrecked, and I'm starving. Let's go food. She hugged you. You smiled, and he smiled. The canteen was buzzing with the usual chow's laughter and tray clattering, but for Vine everything blurred the moment she walked past him, as he wasn't alone by his side. Professor Han, she was sticking to him like a glue. You froze, her eyes locked onto the scene like a slow motion car crash. Professor Han leaned in while talking to him, but he didn't look practically interested. But he wasn't pushing her away either, he was scolding her like a gentle Vine. You couldn't stand it. You looked at Sia and said, Vine, I'll back. Sia, Vine, don't do anything dramatic. Vine, I'm not. Just watching. She laughed and watched the scene that was going on. Vine, beauty, he doesn't even let me stand near his desk without acting like I'm wasting oxygen. But she get a private walk, personal attention. Then she started to think that she had to do something to get attention as well. She remembered something to test. If she wanted to impress him, she has to study and came first in class. You decided to ask for notes and to stop the conversation, which Professor Han was doing as well. When she saw you, she rolled her eyes and walked away. Jungkook, what now? Don't tell me you want notes. Why, actually, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Jungkook, go and ask your friends what won't help me with that. And just like that, he walked away. You stood there in the hallway, watching his back as he walked off. It hurt her, not because he was short. She was used to that, but because he said nothing to Professor Han, and yet one word from her, and he was done. Maybe she really didn't matter to him at all. Vian's personal library space looked like it had been hit by a storm, made of textbook highlighter. Notes were scattered across her table, her floor, even her lamp. She sat cross-legged, studying like her life depended on it. This upcoming test wasn't just about the marks anymore. Her only chance to make Jungkook see her more than a student. Day passed like this. Sia, you have been at this for 3 days straight. At this rate, your brain's going to melt. Fine, I have to beat Minjae. If I beat him, Jungkook will notice me. Sia, you don't want him to notice you. Want him to fall on his knees and say, Fine, I was wrong. Marry me now with this test paper as a proof of our love. Fine, laugh under her breath. Fine, don't romanticize my insanity. Sia, speaking of insanity, where's your love letter? Fine, oh sure, I totally forgot. You handed the key and letter. Fine, here, take this, and deliver it to the cold-hearted king. Sia, you're in charge, still sending me. Fine, because I got nervous to face him. Sia, it's fine, I'm here for the work. At home, Vine stepped into the house, shoulders sagging from a long day of studying and carrying the emotional weight. She was halfway to her room when her father's voice stopped her. Vine, Father, daughter, we need to talk. Vine, please don't say what I think you're going to say. Vine, Father, you guess it. Blind date, some really nice boy this time. Vine, Dad, not this time. I hate blind date. Vine, Mom, you have never been to one. How would you know? Vine, I don't need to because I already like someone. Vine, Father, you have been saying this since once year. Whoever this boy, he hadn't shown any interest in you. How long are you going to waste on him? Vine, he is not just some boy. He is the one you don't know to like I do, and trust me, if I married him, you'll be proud. Vine, Mother, sweetheart, we're not trying to control your heart. But even your brother is married, and you don't want to work in the family company, and you don't want to study abroad. We just want to secure a future. Why, you think marrying the son of a good family is the only way to secure it? The person I like is already belong to a good family. Don't worry about it. Then, without waiting for a reply, she turned and walked to her room, shutting the door behind her. Next morning, Vian clutched a transparent pouch and admit card, walking into the exam hall. She had spent the entire week preparing for Professor Jungkook's subject, revising every concept, went on repeating key theories. Like prayer, she took a seat, heart steady, until the question paper landed in front of her. Her stomach dropped, not a subject, a title on the top, read something else entirely, another course, another. Professor, her eyes darted around, almost dizzy. Sia, her best friend, the one who told her Jungkook's subject was the first one, who studied beside her, who promised they'll ace it together, and yet she didn't say a word. Wine eyes found Sia a few rows ahead, calm, composed, already scribbling her answer. Tear welled up, uninvited. She blinked fast, but they break free anyways, she muttered to herself. Wine, how could she do this to me? The exam was over. The moment the bell rang, you saw Sia heading toward the exit, calm and confident. You didn't hesitate. You followed her down the hallway, your step getting quicker, your heart pounding louder. You pushed her lightly, but she fell down. Why, Sia, why did you do that to me? Sia, what are you talking about? Why, you told me the first exam was Mr. John's subject. You said that, and you didn't stop. Even when I was preparing all night for the wrong paper, why? Sia, oh my god, why are you being so aggressive right now? How can you just blame me? I don't know. What you were studying, I was focusing on my own stuff. You wanted to scream. Your voice dropped, thick with hurt. Fine, you were with me all the time, Sia. Ah, you betray me like that? That's when Sia Mar slipped off. She scoffed and said, Sia, don't look like a fool to you who betray a loser like you. You were acting like you ever scored better than me. She said and walked away. Then you turned only to feel your heart plummet all over again. Jungkook stood a few feet away, arm crossed, your eyes softened. Why, Mr. John, He just said nothing and looked at you and walked away. You watched him go, feeling your kiss, Kevin. Fine, he will think I'm a bully now. The next day in the classroom, he sat silently when Jungkook came and started distributing the result sheet. He was shocked, ever didn't know he would be the one to do that. Suddenly, it was your turn. You went and took his sheet. He started in his deep voice. Jungkook, you have improved. You got confused and looked at your marks. You actually passed. A small smile crept on your face. You nodded and went back to your seat, but the peace didn't last. Sia, so why did I fail the test? I wrote everything. The second half isn't even my handwriting. You look over her in confusion. You open your own. You breathe is the handwriting wasn't yours, it was her. Jungkook, are you sure, Sia? Maybe someone switched the sheet. Sia, let me check all the answer sheet. Jungkook allowed her as he shook your and went to Jungkook. Sia, it was fine. This is my handwriting on a paper. Why, no, Mr. John, I didn't do anything. You rushed to the front, grabbing the sheet and looking at the name. They were swapped. Sia looked at you with a teary eye. Sia, how can you do this, fine? You changed the sheet just to pass. You were afraid to fail, so you ruined my result. I even told you yesterday it wasn't my fault and still. Fine. No, Mr. John, she is lying. I swear I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Please believe me. Your eyes bleed with Jungkook, searching for any sign that he trusts you. Jungkook, so you are saying she switched the sheet and failed on purpose just to blame you? Does that even make sense, Vine? Vine, sir, please, you have to believe me. I didn't do anything. Jungkook, yesterday you also bullied her in front of everyone and now that's enough. Meet me after class. I'm calling her parents. I need to discuss it with the subject professor. Without waiting for a response, he turned and walked out of the classroom. You stared at the door and it shut behind your chest tightened with each step he took away from you. Vine, why are you doing this to me? What do you want from me? Sia stared back with mock innocence, her voice rising. Sia, you're still blaming me. I thought we were friends. Vine, friends don't lie. Friends don't stab you in back. The class fell silent. A few gasps filled the air as everyone's judgment turned towards you. Whisper began accusation, pity, and disgust. Sia leaned in closer, her expression shifting to something colder, darker. Sia, why you think I was ever a friend with a duffer like you? I helped you to take this love letter to the staff room not because I cared, but because I loved Professor John too. Your eyes widened and breathed hairs. Sia, he never even looked at me, but with you, at least he spoke, complimented you, noticed you, and I hate every second of it. Now look, Vine, look at what you got of yourself into. He is mine and always has been. She gave you a light stroke and smirk as he stumbled back alone, betrayed and devastated.